Cheerleading and ballet, both considered a performing art, but at the same time a competitive, dangerous, year-round sport. Each requires not only physical, but mental strength, flexibility, and coordination. Throughout the past centuries, they have both evolved greatly, changing the way people think about the sport and their athletes. But not all people realize the skill it now takes to be an athlete of both sports. It's definitely not what it used to be.
The history of ballet began in the Italian Renaissance, spreading to the French court of Catherine de' Medici, the Queen, where ballet was soon named and defined to dance. Classical ballet was created by Louis XIV, the first man to create a large ballet company, the Paris Opera Ballet, and the first dance school, Royal Dance Academy. Two Russian dancers who were the best of their time and influenced the world of dance were Anna Pavlova and Mikhail Baryshnikov. Anna Pavlova was a Russian prima ballerina and a principal dancer at the Imperial Russian Ballet. She is most recognized by her role in The Dying Swan and was great at acting, which gave more of an expression to the world of ballet. Mikhail Baryshnikov became one of the best ballet dancers of the 20th century. He was a respected and well-known dancer in the 1960s during the Soviet Union and was a very beloved part of his nation. He moved to the United States to have a better opportunity to express himself creatively, not just by rules.
Cheerleading was created in the 1880s by a group of males from Princeton University who wanted to create school spirit. From there, cheerleading grew to other universities and was known as an all-male pep club. In 1923, women were finally allowed to join cheerleading, but very few did because they were not accepted in the athletic world. It was in the 1940s when women started to take over the sport because most college-aged males were off serving World War II. In 1948, Southern Methodist University cheerleader Lawrence Herkimeyer created his signature Herky jump, a popular jump today. In 1961, he founded the National Cheerleaders Association, also known as NCA. By the late 1960s, you could find cheerleading in almost every high and middle school. All-star cheerleading started in the 1980s, but didn't become popular until the 1990s. It focused more on training in the competitive aspects of the sport. Now, here's a glimpse of what a modern all-star cheerleading practice and ballet class looks like.
The athletes of both sports have to dedicate most of their lives to being the best they can be. Most committed cheerleaders and dancers spend 10 to 15 hours every week practicing and rehearsing. Some even travel across the country to be on the best teams or go to the best schools. By giving up most of their childhood, they take a big risk, because at any moment their career could end. 113,000 dancers from ages of 3 to 19 went to the emergency room from 1995 to 2007 due to injuries. Some of the most common ones are sprains, strains, bone bruises, and broken bones. 45% of injuries come from falling when being partnered or being on point. Cheerleading accounts for 2/3 of all catastrophic injuries in female athletes. Over 20,000 cheerleaders go to the emergency room each year due to injuries. Cheerleading has caused 13 school fractures and 2 deaths. As statistics say, cheerleading and dance has a 100% certainty of being injured all year, ranking higher than football and soccer.
Cheerleading and ballet both take a lot of physical strength, but also mental. It takes a lot of mental preparation to allow yourself to do a new skill or move. Many cheerleaders and dancers face a thing called a mental block. A mental block is where your mind tells you you can't do something or you'll get hurt while doing it. It usually occurs when you get injured or when you just give up on the sport. In cheer and ballet, it's considered worse than an injury. Throughout the last decade, the athletes of these sports have wowed and amazed the people who watch it. Dancers and cheerleaders have to commit in order to do all the incredible moves and tricks they can do. They have to sacrifice some social aspects of their childhood that most normal kids would have. Whether it's missing school, friends, or moving, they do it all to be the best they can be.